Next three boxes I have are a series of Gunderson boxes from Athearn from their new release. I've been buying a bunch of these because Athearn has been putting out a bunch of really cool patch jobs in these lately. This is a GACX version. This is a car that I had a lot of trouble finding prototype photos for, but the only one prototype photo I did find was very helpful, and it showed this side of the car with the specific patching and the specific graffiti, as you can see. And again, we'll take the camera off the tripod here and get nice and close. I added the double set of safety striping from where the safety stripes got replaced. The patching on this car is stock factory. All I had to do was fade it down a little bit and blend it in. I added all the pitting and scratches and rust dots, custom graffiti there, as you can see, some more custom patching on the door, and some custom patching on the stock patching that was from the factory. And again, it's a ton of fine little tags and everything like that. And you guys can see all that. It looks really cool. This is, like I said, a brand new release from Athearn. They've been just nailing these patch jobs in these cars. I'm really liking what they're putting out right now. There's the nice weathering on the trucks. The roof came out really good. It's got the oxide pitting, replacement panels there that are starting to rust, and just very, very pitted, as you can see. It's a really cool effect I like to do using a silver Sharpie. I faded the roof down quite a bit and then added the little silver dots from a silver Sharpie to do that effect. It looks really cool. There's the pitting on the ends, the kick-up spray, all that good stuff, the nice details. Two things to point out on these Gunderson cars that I'm going to show that I've been doing, modifying things. I'm adding the custom air hoses to these now with the extension that these all have. I added the custom air hose, and then I have the extended shank couplers, and this is a project that I'm going to start doing on all of my Gunderson cars, is adding these extended shank KD couplers. I'll show you guys one separately here. It's these couplers right here that the prototypes actually have. I bought a whole bulk pack of these. I'm going to start upgrading all of my cars like these to these couplers so that they're a little bit more realistic. So that's a prototype change that I did to match photos, so that looks really cool. On this side again, all prototype as best I could. I had to use some pictures of similar cars to get the graffiti and everything because I couldn't find an exact picture of this side of the car. But again, just some basic prototype graffiti, pitting, scratches, all that good stuff. Tons of washes down the sides. Faded it down, added the new safety striping, the pitting, and everything else. So it's a good, relatively modern car that's seen quite a bit of service, and it looks really good. It's nice and worn out. I like it. It's nice and grungy and gritty. Alright, these next two cars are going to be straight TTX Athearn Gunderson box cars. These are ones I've been doing. So I made two of these basically to replace a couple that I've already had. They're getting a little bit old at this point and are not up to par with what I put out these days. So I got two recently and I've weathered them up to match prototype photos. The first one is TBOX 660112. This is heavily faded down with a very heavy whitewash to dull it. I added all the prototype graffiti, prototype patching, safety striping, the whole 9 yards here. And if we take the camera off the tripod, you guys can see what we've done here. I got all the nice door scratches, all the washes down the sides, heavy grime streaking, door pitting, as you can see, all the prototype tags and graffiti. Doors nicely faded down, got all the gouges there as well, and all kinds of cool effects on the graffiti here. I did a lot of pencil, a lot of pen, gel pen, all kinds of effects to do these tags like this. Really faded down the TTX logo there. The roof's got all kinds of really nice pitting effects, as you can see as well. Really like that. And then on these I've also added the extended shank coupler to match prototype photos because all these pretty much have that, and then they have the custom air hose mechanism there. Kick-up spray, the whole 9 yards. This side on this car again has some really nice graffiti, all done from prototype photos. It's got some custom patching, as you can see, with the new car data stenciled on there and safety striping added. Really nice truck weathering. You guys can see all the mud splatter and everything. Nice dusty, grimy trucks. I like that. And again, all the nice door scratches, custom painted graffiti, whole 9 yards on this one. So there's all the custom graffiti. All looks really good. Beat up TTX logo. Tons of door pitting. Tons of paint peeling and everything else. All the good effects there. This one came out really good. This is the first one I did. The second one, which I'll go ahead and get in the shot here, is the TBOX 660203. This one is pretty heavily patched up, as you can see. This one's a lot more faded as well. Again, done from prototype photos. It's got the custom patching done. Lots of heavy grime washes, and then all the patching is done using some decals. It's got all the nice rust pitting and scratching. Grimy doors, custom graffiti, some custom patching. There were some graffitis covered up. all the nice graffiti done there. Beat up TTX logo. The roof on this one is especially pitted, as you can see. Got aluminum pitting, some rust pitting starting to form there. All looks really good. And then we got the coupler modification, air hose modification, kick-up spray on that end. On this side we got some more graffiti than the opposite side. I'll start on this end this time. Again, all the custom graffiti, safety striping added, graffiti, all that. Looks really good. I'm really happy with these. This is my new standard for weathering on these cars. I really try to pay a lot more attention to even simple cars like this, putting all the nice effects into them. It really pays off to do a good job on these, and they look really good. So I'm definitely happy with these. I'll get a couple more going here pretty soon. I got to work on some of the new logo TTX cars that I got next, but these are the first two Athearn cars that I've done so far, so they look really good. So with all the rolling stock out of the way, let's go ahead and look at some different stuff, and this is going to kind of lead into my big announcement that I got here. I'm going to be showing you guys here towards the end of the video, but I've been working on some interesting projects. Aside from doing model trains, I've been doing model structures. So I've been building some various accessories like this for a project coming up. I'll show you guys all this stuff. First off, I got some relay cabinets that I actually custom built for a project. These are signal boxes. I actually built these from scratch from styrene, added decals to them, lift rings and all the nice little details. They're pretty basic, but they're good for background scenes. As you can see, just airbrushed them silver, so it looks pretty cool. I built a couple of those. I got a fuel tank pad that I made for the project as well. As you can see, it's on a special base. All this is scratch built. So just a lot of line side structures I've been building. There's an older relay cabinet that I made. I got an ice chest, I got a fuel tank, and then if I actually bring all these in, I've made a couple small switch stands. And these are all scratch built here. They're non-powered, as you can see, but they're yard switch stands for a project that I have. So these are some small details that I've constructed, all from styrene, brass, and everything else. And this is going to be for the little project. The last cool structure that I'm going to show you guys is this structure. Check this out. I know we haven't really shown scratch-built structures before in my videos, but here's one right here. This is a scratch-built yard office. This is built in the 1950s. The real prototype was. The prototype is based on the C&O yard office in Fostoria, Ohio. That might give you guys some hints to what I'm trying to model here. What I've done here is I've constructed this yard office completely from scratch. There's no kit available for this or anything. This is all scratch-built. I used all kinds of different gauges of styrene. I used styrene paneling to do the siding. I used all kinds of different sizes of styrene to do the various bits like the molding, gutters, everything else. All the roofing is done with individual sheets, hand cut. All the windows are hand cut. It's got all kinds of nice details on the sides. I've added all kinds of the chimney details. All the chimneys on the roof are scratch built because no one makes modern chimney sets, which is really weird. On this side you can see we have the door and window there. That's all scratch built. And then we got all the nice details, all the framework. Here's a little conduit pipe that runs all the way to this box here, this junction box for cable to come in, and you can see we have all the actual cable running into the building, which is really cool. We got another window. All the windows are fully glazed. I filled those in. And here's this side of the building with the molding, some basic weathering, and then here's the back side again with some basic details added. All kinds of nice work done there. Windows, steps, everything else, all the moldings installed. The only thing this really needs is gutters. I gotta install the downspouts for the gutters, rather. That's the only other thing I gotta do on this. But the structure is completely custom painted with gray. Mixed it in the airbrush, sprayed that, painted the blue on, for the blue trim anyway. And then the roof is really special. I actually did this with styrene, and then I overlaid a sheet on there, and then I scribed into the primer the shingles. Instead of using an actual shingle sheet to do this, I scribed the shingles in. So it looks really cool. It turned out really well. But this is a C&O yard office that I'm going to be using for this project that's coming up. And the last little detail I actually made is the matching storage shed for it as well. So there you go, that's a matching storage shed I also scratch built to go along with this structure. So now we'll go ahead and talk about the announcement itself. Alright, so my big announcement is I've been working on getting a garage fitted up and moving into it. I had a neighbor who was renting this garage that's actually connected to my house, and recently he moved out, and he's handing the ownership of the garage back over to us. As you can see, we have quite a bit of space in this room, but I've already started to move some of my stuff from my old house into here. This is my whole road collection right here with all my old signs and everything. I got a bunch of stuff. I got some signal heads too, but they're all outside right now. But the thing that makes this interesting is I have a long hallway and bench work. I think you guys know where this is going. As you can see, the previous owner put in some bench work here. It sticks out about 2.5 feet from the wall. There's this little gap here, and then we got some drawers and everything built into it and some shelving to store boxes in. But as you can see, this is a pretty long length. But what this is ideal for is a tabletop model railroad. Yeah, that's right. So what I'm thinking of doing is building a extended tabletop on this existing bench work, wrapping it around the garage like this, and then it'll come onto this side, and I'll have to build brand new bench work for this side, and I can basically have a small model railroad in here. It's really cool. It's really exciting. My plan is to model a specific yard, which I'll talk about in a second, but as you can see, my plan is to have the new section built on this side with the new bench work and the tabletop, have it stop here, and then basically wrap around and join in with this existing section. That way it doesn't block the door. I could build a movable section over the door, but it would be a lot more work, and I'd have to figure out how to actually make that work. So I really did kind of want to try to do something like that because there's a lot more space in this corner as well, but it's just not going to be practical. Also, I need to use a certain part of the garage for storage for all my tools and everything as well. I got a lot of stuff I got to move in here still, so it just would make more sense to just cut it off here. And I still got a lot of space. As you can see, there's a lot of room in this, but this is what I'm going to be working on. So to sum up everything here, basically what I'm trying to do is I'm going to be modeling the C&O yard in Fostoria, Ohio. This is a prototype rail yard that I've loved for a long time, since I was a kid. It has the trash cars stored in it. It's currently used to store cars for the landfill, which is a thing that I model myself. I model the trash cars, so this yard is perfect for that because the prototype handles the trash cars that I model. So I can store all my trash cars on this road and use them and switch them around, which is really cool. The B&O 903985, which is the caboose I built last year, is stored in this yard, so I can have that on this model road as well, which is really cool. All the prototype structures that I built are in this yard, which is also really cool. Again, this is all stuff I wanted to do since I was a kid, and I've finally gotten around to building it, and I finally have the space to do it, so this is going to be my plan. It's going to be a little weird. I'm going to be running Union Pacific trains on it, but my idea is to basically model this yard for my fictitious Westbrook, Illinois model railroad, and it will basically be a Union Pacific switching yard. And then the opposite side will be a surprise, but I'll get to that later. Like I said, the focus right now is just getting this section done, but that's going to be the plan. So I'm not going to try to rush anything here. It's going to definitely take some time to do this, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys this, get you all excited for a future project. It's going to be really cool. We'll be able to do some legit filming on the small railroad, doing some switching and stuff down the road. It'll be really exciting. I'm really excited about it, me personally. So this will be something to look out for in the future. I'll keep you updating you guys on this as I go along here, hopefully as we make some progress. So, but that'll finish up this video for now, guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. My Facebook page is Dan's Custom Trains. My name is Daniel Arnold. My Instagram is all lowercase, Danny Dankinson. You guys can follow me there and see what kind of projects I'm working on for myself and for other people. And of course, subscribe here on YouTube for more exciting content like the project videos, like anything like that. How-tos, I'm always posting how-to videos, weathering videos, that kind of thing. Update videos like this as well. So stay tuned for more, guys. And until next time, take it easy.